Hi, it's Jason from Fraser Valley Rose Farm, and I have some significant news, I think, for our US viewers and customers who've asked me in the past, where can I buy these roses that you talk about on the channel, these old garden roses and cool out of the trade roses? And the answer to that I finally have in place is High Country Roses, who's offered a 20% coupon to our viewers to come down there and look at their plants, and there's a lot of reasons why I think they're a really good fit for our audience. So the number one reason is their assortment. They actually have something in the range of 900 different varieties of roses listed, with up to about 150 or 160 of the old garden roses that I love so much. And that's actually how I got to know Matt first, is he appeared on the Rose Chat podcast and was talking about the fragrant old garden roses. And I thought, here's a person who's totally of like mind in wanting to keep these wonderful old roses in the trade, and they have a great selection of them with High Country. Second reason I was so eager to partner with High Country is that they are own root roses. And you know how I feel my preference for roses is not the big grafted roses coming out of Texas or California on rootstock, but rather the own root roses that will never give you rootstock suckers, that are healthier and longer lived in the garden over a length of time. They do start smaller. So what you'll be buying from Matt, I think, is in a pot this size. It's a 5-inch pot. You know, not too far from what we do here, which we do a taller but not as wide pot that we grow. And the idea with these is that you don't put them directly into the ground in the garden, or at least that's my recommendation. I usually like to recommend that you do a potting step in between, putting it up into a 1-gallon or 2-gallon pot. The nice thing about getting own root roses in a smaller size is that they are actually pretty inexpensive to ship. They're kind of affordable for shipping, so you can buy a batch of them, get them in, pot them up, and then eventually get them out to the garden later that year. The third reason I wanted to work with High Country Roses, and actually the reason why it took me so long to come to any kind of partnership like this, is because they have an excellent reputation for fulfillment and quality, which isn't true of every retailer. And I wanted to be sure, I wanted to reach out to some of the people I know in the States who have ordered from them and figure out and make real sure. And, you know, having had the in-person conversations with Matt from High Country, I understand now that they have a philosophy that is very much like mine. They want to deliver really healthy young roses, vigorous and in active growth. And so they actually place out their orders in January. So January 10th is usually when they place most of the plants on their online inventory. So that's just a couple of days from now. And what they do with that is they've made sure that these plants have made it through the winter season. These are good and healthy, and they've taken good stock of this. So basically what they list is what is healthy and ready, as opposed to some other retailers who I've heard stories about that basically are posting inventory speculatively, thinking, well, we'll catch up with propagation. But no, these are plants that they have propagated and have made it through the winter and are looking good and healthy and ready to go out to your gardens. So I consider this to be a win-win-win situation. I always like those kind of partnerships that are win for everybody. The win for you is, of course, that you get to try out a great US supplier with a huge assortment, and you get it at 20% off and use the coupon code that we give you. The win for Matt at High Country and High Country as an organization is that they get to see you as customers and get to acquaint themselves with you and fulfill your rose needs. And for me, of course, I make a small affiliate fee off of recommending this to you. And plus I get to work with a great partner in the States. I've talked to Matt about actually even going down to High Country and learning how they propagate roses, because we're we grow similar roses for a similar method on a similar timeline, and I want to learn a lot from them. So he's been kind enough to offer me that if I want to head down there and learn more about propagation, I can bring that skill back up here to the Canadian market where I'm actually shipping cross country. And I'll just throw in a quick plug for myself here, is that while Matt is putting out his inventory in early January or January 10th or so, we won't be listing our inventory until about February 1st. Similar timeline. We just want to make sure they make it through the winter and that we're happy with the quality of everything. Put those on the website, and that we're also expanding deeply into perennials this year. So we're selling our roses, but we're also adding on a bunch of perennials. So that's the news from Fraser Valley Rose Farm. But the exciting news from this video is that we're working with High Country Roses, that we have the coupon code. I'm going to list that on the screen again. I'm going to put it down in the comments below the video, or the first pinned comment below the video. And I really appreciate all of your support. Help me, help them, help you. It's all good. Thanks so much for watching.